The desert is endless. It stretches in every direction. Sand, rock, heat, nothing else. Just emptiness. This is North Africa. Libya. It is November 1942. The Second Battle of El Alamein has ended. Rommel is retreating. The Afrika Korps is broken. The British Eighth Army is advancing, pursuing, hunting. The tide has turned. After years of back and forth, of victory and defeat, of advance and retreat, finally, momentum, finally, hope, finally, victory within reach. But the fighting is not over. The Germans are retreating, but still dangerous, still deadly, still capable of killing. The desert does not care who wins. The desert kills everyone equally. The heat during the day is unbearable, 50 degrees Celsius, maybe more, hot enough to cook eggs on tank armor, hot enough to blister skin through uniforms, hot enough to drive men mad. At night, the temperature plunges, below freezing. The shift is brutal, violent, unforgiving. Men wear everything during the day to avoid sunstroke, everything at night to avoid freezing. The wind never stops. It carries sand. Fine, abrasive. It gets everywhere. In eyes, in mouths, in weapons, in engines, into wounds, making everything worse. The sky is blue, painfully blue. No clouds, no relief, no mercy. Just sun, burning, relentless, killing. In a British tank column moving west along the coastal road, a Crusader tank rumbles forward. The Crusader is a cruiser tank, fast, lightly armored, armed with a 2-pounder gun, inadequate against German panzers. Everyone knows it. The crews know it. Command knows it. But it is what they have. So they fight with it, die in it, burn in it. This particular Crusader bears a tactical number C-17, chalked on the turret. The crew has named it Defiant, painted in white, below the number. It is commanded by Captain Robert Bobby Henderson, 29 years old, from Edinburgh, Scotland, Territorial Army before the war, weekend soldier, bank clerk during the week, tank commander on Sundays. Then the war came. Real war, desert war, death war. Bobby has been in North Africa since 1940. 2 years. Tobruk, Gazala, now El Alamein. He has seen friends die. Tanks burn. Men scream. He has killed, many times, German tanks, Italian tanks, men inside them. He does not think about it, cannot think about it, just does his job, commands his crew, tries to survive, tries to get them home. His crew is 4 men. Driver, Lance Corporal William Willie Scott, 24, from Glasgow, mechanic before the war, knows engines like breathing, can fix anything with wire and prayer. Good man, steady, reliable, gunner. Trooper David Davy Hughes, 22, from Cardiff, miner's son. Good eye, steady hand, kills without hesitation, laughs without joy. Loader, Trooper James Jimmy O'Neill, 20, from Belfast, youngest of the crew, eager, scared, trying to prove himself, to be a man, to survive, and radio operator, Trooper Edward Eddie Palmer, 23, from London, East End, quick wit, sharp tongue, keeps morale up, keeps them human, keeps them sane. Good lads, all of them. Bobby's responsibility, his brothers, his sons, his reason to live, to fight, to not give up. They have been advancing for 3 days, since the breakthrough, since Rommel's line collapsed, since the Afrika Korps began retreating. The orders are simple: pursue, harass, destroy. Do not let them escape. Do not let them regroup. Do not let them rest. The column moves at 20 kilometers per hour. Slow, cautious. The Germans leave ambushes, minefields, booby traps, rear guards, tank destroyers, anti-tank guns. Every kilometer is dangerous. Every hour is risk. Every moment is potential death. But they advance anyway. Because orders are orders. Because the war must be won. Because stopping means the enemy escapes, regroups, fights another day, kills more men, costs more lives. So they do not stop, do not rest, do not question, just advance, just fight, just survive, or die trying. At 1,400 hours the column halts. Intelligence reports German armor ahead. Panzer IIIs, maybe Panzer IVs, a rear guard, covering the retreat. The British tanks deploy, spread out, form a line, prepare for engagement. Bobby stands in the turret, binoculars to eyes, scanning. The desert shimmers, heat haze, mirages, hard to see, hard to distinguish reality from illusion, rock from tank, shadow from enemy. He sees movement. 2 kilometers ahead, shapes, gray, low, tanks. He counts. 6, maybe 7. Panzers. Dug in. Hull down. Only turrets visible. Perfect defensive position. Killing ground. The British will have to advance across open desert. No cover. No concealment. Just sand and death. Bobby keys the radio. All Crusader units, this is Charlie 17. Enemy armor. Grid reference. He reads coordinates. The radio crackles. Acknowledgement. Orders. Advance. Engage. Destroy. Bobby says to his crew. Driver advance. Gunner target enemy armor. Loader prepare AP. Radio operator keep comms open. Acknowledged all. The crew responds in unison. Yes, sir. The tank lurches forward. Engine roaring. Tracks clanking. Into the killing ground. The engagement begins at 1,500 meters. The Germans fire first. 88mm guns. Long range. Accurate. Deadly. The first shell lands 20 meters short. Explosion. Sand erupts. Black smoke. The second shell hits a Crusader to Bobby's left. Penetration. The tank explodes. Ammunition cooking off. Turret flies. Crew dies instantly. No screams. No time. Just death. Bobby says driver evasive. Willie zigzags. Left. Right. Making them harder to hit. Davy fires. The 2-pounder barks. Small caliber. Weak. The shell bounces off German armor. No penetration. No damage. Useless. Bobby curses. They close range. 1,200 meters. 1,000. The Germans keep firing. Another Crusader dies. Then another. The British fire back. Desperation. Fury. Hope. Some shots penetrate. Some panzers burn. But not enough. Never enough. The Germans have range. Have armor. Have firepower. The Crusaders have speed. Have numbers. Have courage. Not enough. At 800 meters, a shell hits Defiant. Not penetration. Glancing blow. Turret ring. The turret jams. Cannot traverse. Cannot aim. Bobby says gunner. Report. Davy says turret is jammed, sir. Manual traverse only. Bobby says then traverse manually. We are not stopping. Davy and Jimmy work the hand crank. Slow. Agonizing. The turret moves. Inches at a time. Another shell hits. This time penetration. Lower hull. Driver compartment. The tank shudders. Stops. Smoke pours. Willie screams. Bobby says driver report. No response. Just screaming. Bobby drops into the hull. The driver's compartment is hell. Fire. Smoke. Blood. Willie is trapped. Legs crushed. Pinned by twisted metal. Burning. Bobby grabs him. Tries to pull. Cannot. Willie is stuck. Dying. He looks at Bobby. Eyes wide. Terrified. Pleading. He says, "Leave me, Captain. Get out. Save yourself." Bobby says, "No. We do not leave men behind. Never." Willie says, "I am dead. Already, sir. Please. Go." Bobby ignores him. Pulls harder. The metal will not give. The fire spreads. The ammunition will cook off soon. When it does, the tank will explode. Everyone will die. Bobby knows this. So does Willie. But Bobby does not leave. He shouts, Eddie, Jimmy, get down here. Help me. The two men drop into the hull. See the situation. See Willie. See the fire. See death. Eddie says, Captain, we have to go. Now. Bobby says, help me free him. Eddie says we cannot. He is pinned. We need cutting equipment. Time. We have neither. Bobby says I am not leaving him. Eddie grabs Bobby's arm. Says, Captain, Willie is right. He is gone. But we are not. Not yet. We can still save ourselves. Please, sir. Please. Bobby looks at Eddie. Then at Jimmy. The youngest. Eyes wide. Scared. Wanting to live. Deserving to live. Then at Willie. Broken. Burning. Dying. But still conscious. Still aware. Still human. Willie says, Captain, listen to them. I order you. Get them out. Save them. That is an order. Bobby says you cannot order me. You are a lance corporal. Willie smiles. Blood on his teeth. Says, then I am asking. As a friend. Save them. Save yourself. Do not die for me. I am already dead. Just make it quick. Please. Do not let me burn. Bobby understands. He nods. Throat tight. Eyes wet. He pulls his sidearm. Webley revolver. He says, Willie, you are a good man. A brave man. I am proud to serve with you. Willie says, and I with you, sir. Thank you. For trying. For caring. For being human. Bobby raises a pistol. Aims. Willie closes his eyes. Whispers Hail Mary full of grace. Bobby fires. Once. Willie's head snaps back. He stops moving. Stops screaming. Stops suffering. Bobby holsters a weapon. Says to Eddie and Jimmy, out! Now. They scramble. Up through the turret. Out into the desert. Bobby follows. Last out. Commander's privilege. Commander's duty. They drop to the sand. The tank is burning. Fully engulfed. They run. 20 meters. 30. 50. The tank explodes. Ammunition. Fuel. Everything. The blast knocks them flat. Shrapnel screams overhead. Heat washes over them. They press into the sand. Hands over heads. Waiting. The explosion fades. They look up. Defiant is gone. Just burning wreckage. Smoke. Twisted metal. Willie's tomb. Bobby stares. Cannot look away. Cannot believe. His tank. His crew. His friend. Gone. The battle continues around them. Tanks firing. Men dying. Chaos. Eddie says, Captain, we need to move. Get to friendly lines. Bobby nods. Cannot speak. Just nods. They run. Crouched. Low. Trying to stay unseen. Bullets snap. Shells explode. The desert is hell. They run for 30 minutes. Maybe more. Time loses meaning. They reach British lines. Collapse behind a Grant tank. Safe. Alive. Breathing. But not whole. Never whole again. The tank commander looks down. Says, you lads all right? Bobby says yes. We are fine. Our tank is gone. Crew lost. The commander nods. Says, sorry, mate. Happens too often. Get to the rear. Aid station. Get checked. Bobby says no. We stay. We fight. The commander says with what? You have no tank. No weapons. Bobby pulls his pistol. Says with this. The commander stares. Then nods. Says brave or stupid. Not sure which. But welcome. Bobby says thank you. He turns to Eddie and Jimmy. Says you too. Get to the rear. You have done enough. Eddie says no, sir. We stay with you. Jimmy nods. Says we are a crew, sir. What is left of it? We stay together. Bobby wants to argue. Wants to order them. Wants to save them. But he cannot. They are right. They are a crew. They stay together. Even in death. Especially in death. They fight for 2 more hours. With pistols. With grenades. With rocks. With anything. They kill 3 German soldiers. Wound more. They are hit. Bobby takes shrapnel in the shoulder. Eddie is shot in the leg. Jimmy is concussed by a blast. But they survive. The Germans retreat. The British advance. The battle ends. Victory. Costly. Bloody. But victory. They are evacuated. To aid station. To field hospital. To Cairo. Their wounds are treated. Minor. Superficial. They will live. Physically. Mentally is different. Bobby cannot sleep. Cannot eat. Cannot stop seeing Willie. Burning. Screaming. Dying. He sees the moment. The choice. Leave Willie. Save the crew. He made the right choice. He knows it, but it does not help. Does not ease the guilt. Does not stop the nightmares. Willie's family is notified. Killed in action. Tank destroyed. No body. No grave. Just a name on a memorial. Bobby writes a letter to Willie's mother in Glasgow. Tells her Willie was brave. Was a hero. Saved the crew. Died with honor. He does not mention the fire. The screaming. The mercy shot. Some truths are too heavy. Too cruel. Mrs. Scott writes back. Thanks, Bobby. Says she is proud. Says Willie loved his crew. His captain. Says she knows he did not die alone. Did not die uncared for. That is enough. That is all she needed. The war continues. Bobby is given a new tank. A new crew. But he cannot forget. Cannot move on. He requests transfer. To infantry. To anywhere. Away from tanks. Away from fire. Away from metal tombs. The request is denied. Tank commanders are needed. Experienced commanders especially. He stays. Fights through Tunisia. Sicily. Italy. Normandy. Germany. He survives. Against all odds. Against all probability. Against all reason. Eddie and Jimmy stay with him. Refuse transfer. Refuse reassignment. Refuse to leave. They are crew. They are brothers. They survive together. The war ends. May 1945. Germany surrenders. Bobby goes home. To Edinburgh. To his old life. Bank clerk. Civilian. Normal. But he is not normal. Will never be normal. He wakes screaming. Sees Willie. Burning. Every night. Every dream. Every moment of quiet. He drinks. Too much. Loses his job. His friends. His future. In 1947, he attempts suicide. Pills. Eddie finds him. Saves him. Takes him to hospital. Stays with him. Says, Captain, you saved us. Let us save you. Please. Bobby agrees. Gets help. Therapy. Support. It helps. A little. He gets a new job. Post office. Simple work. Honest work. He remarries. His first wife left. Could not handle the nightmares. The drinking. The pain. The new wife. Margaret. A nurse. She understands. Trauma. Survival. Guilt. She does not fix him. Just loves him. Accepts him. Waits for him to heal. If healing is possible. In 1965, Bobby is contacted by the Commonwealth War Graves Commission. Willie's remains have been found. In Libya, the tank wreck. Excavated. Identified. Willie will be buried. Properly. With honors. In a military cemetery. Near Tobruk, Bobby is invited. To attend. To speak. He goes. With Eddie. With Jimmy. The three survivors. They fly to Libya. To the desert. Still empty. Still hot. Still cruel. They attend the funeral. Small ceremony. Military chaplain. Honor guard. Flag. Willie's mother is there. Old now. Frail. But there. She embraces Bobby. Says thank you. For being with him. For caring. For bringing him home. Bobby weeps. Says, I am sorry. I could not save him. She says you gave him dignity. You gave him peace. That is enough. You did enough. Bobby does not believe her, but he accepts her words, her forgiveness, her grace. They bury Willie. Rifle salute. Taps. The flag folded. Given to his mother. She clutches it. Whispers, thank you, Willie. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your sacrifice. Rest now. Bobby stands beside the grave. Stares at the headstone. Lance Corporal William Scott, Royal Armored Corps. Died November 12, 1942. Age 24. Greater love hath no man than this, that a man laid down his life for his friends. Bobby says, I did not save you, Willie. I failed. Eddie steps beside him, says, no, sir. You tried. You risked everything. You gave him mercy. That is not failure. That is love. Bobby nods. Wants to believe. Tries to believe. Bobby dies in 1989. He is 76. Cancer. He fought it. Lost. Margaret is with him. Eddie and Jimmy visit. The old crew. Old men now. They hold his hand. Remind him of Defiant, of the desert, of Willie, of survival, of brotherhood. Bobby's last words. Tell Willie, I am sorry. I tried. Eddie says we will captain. We will tell him. Bobby smiles. Closes his eyes. Dies. They bury him in Edinburgh. Military honors. Flag. Salute. Taps. Margaret speaks. Says Bobby carried Willie's death for 47 years. Carried the guilt, the weight, the love. He never forgave himself. Never stopped trying to save a man already dead. That is who he was. That is what made him a hero. Not the medals, not the battles, but the refusal to abandon, the refusal to forget, the refusal to stop caring. The mourners nod, understand, remember, and in Libya, in a cemetery near Tobruk, Willie's grave remains, tended, honored. Beside it now, a new plaque placed by Eddie and Jimmy. It reads, Captain Robert Henderson refused to abandon his crew. He stayed. He tried. He gave mercy. He never forgot. Brothers in arms. Brothers forever. And in Edinburgh, on Bobby's grave, a plaque placed by Margaret. It reads, He refused to abandon his crew. In war, in death, in memory, he stayed. Always, forever. A reminder that loyalty is stronger than death. That brotherhood transcends time. That the tank commander who refused to abandon his crew never stopped fighting, never stopped caring, never stopped being human. Even when war tried to take that away, even when death demanded it, even when mercy required it, he stayed. Always, forever.